Hi there, this is Andrew from Lightworks Photography here again, and today I wanted to talk about something that I think is vitally important in terms. I think it's actually one of the key ingredients in terms of choosing a wedding photographer, and that is making sure that the chemistry between you and the photographer, you as the couple and the photographer, is absolutely right. We're in a very privileged position at a wedding in that it's a very private day, it's a very personal day. Um, and as the photographer, I'm going to be there, or whoever it is, you're going to be there, right the way through, actually, and in a way that other people aren't. You'll have whoever is doing the ceremony with you will be a key person. You'll have whoever is possibly at the venue and coordinating is a key person. Maybe the caterers are a key person, the band are key people. There's all sorts of things. But the one person that generally, unless you've got a wedding planner, goes all the way through is the photographer. Um, so I always find that I feel like, I'm in very close proximity to the couple for a lot of the day during some quite private, intimate times to a certain extent. Does that sound wrong? I don't know. But certainly in the morning and during preparation time anyway, I'm often in a hotel room with the bride or the groom or both if I do both, and the bridesmaids and family. Or at home, actually in the home, and I'm the only person there that isn't family or close friend, and it's not a fraught time particularly, but it's a time where it's quite exciting. There are nerves, and I'm party to, a very intimate and personal time. Similarly, I always think the bride and groom photographs, certainly the way that I do them anyway, is quite an intimate time, and that it's sort of the only time that often the couple have had any real sort of time to any real sort of privacy during the day and had time to interact and have a kiss and a cuddle. And I like to photograph that and allow it as a space and a time for the couple just to actually spend some quality quiet time together and photograph that, which is a lot more authentic, I think. And that's really intimate. That's a really close time. It's probably a time that you'll remember for years to come. Similarly, when you get into the speeches as well, a number of venues actually during the speeches will close the doors and the staff will go. I think just to give privacy. I've heard some very sort of intimate things at speeches that are only going to be known to friends and family and probably shouldn't have been said anyway. And I'm the only person there that isn't well known or isn't known to the bride and groom, really, if that makes sense. I'm the only supplier there at that time. So I always feel that, that proximity is really important. Now, the whole point of this is that you as the couple need to feel 100% totally at ease and comfortable with the person, the photographer, that's going to be with you for that period of time in that amount of close proximity and in that sort of situation. And if you don't feel that sort of ease and you don't feel that confidence, then I would go as far as to say it would show in the photographs, actually. I think particularly for the bride and groom photographs, particularly for the preparation photographs, if you don't feel comfortable and totally at ease with whoever that is in the room with a camera with you, then actually it will show in the pictures. You really don't want that in the back of your mind during a wedding day, that, oh my God, there's that weird wedding photographer over there. He's like creeping me out. And what's that massive lens doing on his camera? And, that sort of thing. You need to feel confidence, and you need to feel reassured by their presence, and you need to feel totally at ease. Now, it's a difficult thing to quantify as to how that happens. I think only you can tell. Well, you need to meet your wedding photographer is the first thing, whether it's me or whoever. You need to meet them in real, true life, as my daughter would say. Because or maybe virtually on Skype is the next best thing if it's not possible. I always try to meet my clients if I can do, because it's a two-way process, actually. And I know for a fact that it's really hard to get the type of pictures that I want to get if I don't feel that connection with my clients. It rarely happens, but on occasion, if that spark and that chemistry isn't there, it's pointless. It's a pointless exercise. You need sort of face-to-face contact. You need to get a sense of the person's personality, the photographer's personality, what motivates them, how, if work out if you click or not. It's like online dating, isn't it? It's a bit like, you date your photographer. Wrong. No, that's not right. You need to you need to ascertain what they're about. You need to sort of get a feel for them. It's an intuitive process that it's that you can sort of make that judgment. From our point of view, from a photographer's point of view, from my point of view, this is one of the interesting dynamics of my job. It's something that I really work hard on, and something that I really find interesting is how, particularly as I've got older, I've honed an ability to sort of blend in somehow. I think I can be quite, despite being 6'5" tall and quite loud and boomy, I think I'm quite good at sort of blending in. I think I'm quite good at not being demanding and being incognito, if that makes sense. That sounds furtive, which isn't right. But I work really hard at exuding the confidence that I have on the day internally about photographing the day, and being quietly supportive to the bride and groom. And I'm acutely aware of my presence at all times, if that makes sense. And my absolute prime motive on a wedding day is to not make my presence influence what's happening in the wedding at all. I'm there to record, not to influence. And actually that is vitally important. And I think that's partly why I think hopefully my clients find me, easy to work with. So to sum up then, chemistry. It's about making sure that you are totally at ease and comfortable with your photographer, with them personally. Is it somebody who you can imagine going down to the pub with and having some drinks in a different scenario? Could you? Is it somebody who you would get on with in day-to-day life? If there's any sort of sense of friction in you or anything, any doubt in your mind, I would strongly consider not pursuing it, even if you love their pictures and everything else, because it's very difficult to be photographed and to photograph other people if you don't have that sort of magic sort of chemistry, if that makes sense. So be attuned, meet the person in person, and hopefully with some thought and using your sort of gut feeling, your gut reaction, you can make an accurate judgment on that. I hope that's been helpful. If you are a slight aside, if you were watching last week's video, you will now notice that I've had a haircut, which is feeling a lot better looking at myself on the screen. I will continue next week and post a video next Wednesday. So if you've watched this and enjoy this, look out for it. If you found it helpful, pass it on to somebody else who might find it helpful as well. Okay, thanks ever so much. Bye bye.